going on, Jerome's? So, Minnesota Fighting Vikings superstar wide receiver Justin frickin' Jefferson, his 21-day practice window was open on Wednesday, and the Vikings potentially getting him back and adding the best non-quarterback in the league to a team that is 4-0. Without him, yes, without him. But the offense will get a big boost by having the best wide receiver in the game added back in. Also, our guy Eli Corbett, woo, the art is off the chain. Love to see it, man. But Justin frickin' Jefferson, he's one step closer to potentially returning to the lineup. Now, he's still technically on injured reserve, so if they did bring him up, they'd have to create a roster spot for him. But he is listed as questionable in the final Vikings injury report on Friday, heading into Sunday's game against the Saints. Now, for the NFL, they redid the injury designations a couple years ago. Because remember, there used to be questionable, probable, and doubtful. They got rid of probable. Now, this is what the current designations are via Sports Illustrated. When listing injuries for games in the regular season, the league eliminated the probable category. I just said that. Come on, man. So now teams have to list players as questionable, doubtful, or out. Questionable designates a player who is uncertain to play. Doubtful means the player is unlikely to play, and out means will not play. So the final injury report, questionable, I mean, it's basically 50-50. Doubtful is like 25% chance that they play. All right, but not assigning things, but it's really interesting. It is super interesting, especially since Kevin O'Connell and the Vikings, they have not really played fast and loose with the injury report. They've been very by the book. So what you see is what you get. And I think that if JJ really didn't have a chance to play, I think he would have been listed as doubtful or out. All right, so the fact that he's questionable, I actually don't think it's any gamesmanship from Kevin O'Connell. I think that he legitimately has a chance to play on Sunday against the Saints. Now, that's not saying that the Vikings may decide just to shut it down for another week, have him come back against the Broncos, and save the roster spot. It's perfectly within the realm of possibility. But also, JJ might be out there, man. All right. And the rest of the injury report, Jaron Hall out with a concussion, understandable. The backup is going to be Sean Mannion, who's going to be elevated from the practice squad for Josh Dobbs, the starter. Dean Lowry, still dealing with that groin issue, listed as doubtful, who's limited the final 2 days of practice this week. Jaquelin Roy, looking to get some more work in his spot. 5 questionable. JJ, like we mentioned. Asamoah, who's been dinged up through the bulk of this season. Hawkinson had that rib issue, but it sounds like he's going to be good to go against the Saints. KJ also working back through concussion protocol. That very dirty-looking hit from Jeff Okudah, but he's progressed, and he was a full participant on Friday. Wasn't even wearing a non-contact jersey, so he looks really good to go potentially on Sunday. And then Chris Reed, still working back from that NFI foot issue. And then Darrisaw, fantastic news, who missed the Falcons game, has no injury designation and is a full go on Friday's practice. So he's going to be playing on Sunday against the Saints, which is going to be great because, I mean, Granderson and Cam Jordan can certainly get after it. The Munt and Naylor are going to be good to go as well. But the main story is Jefferson. And earlier in the week, 2 days ago, Kevin O'Connell said it would be a little aggressive to think that JJ could play on Sunday versus the Saints. And he can't wait to get out there. But remember, this was his media comments before the first practice on Wednesday. So he's had 3 full practices to get a look at what Justin Jefferson, what he can do and where he's at medically. And JJ yesterday saying that in a media session, he wants to make sure he's 100% before he gets back on the field, but coming back was a no-brainer, So we're one step closer. We're one step closer for father Justin Jefferson being reunited with son Marshawn Lattimore, and it's beautiful. It actually brings a little bit of a tear to your eye, but I think it's fantastic. I think it's really good news but the Vikings, they've done good by their players in terms of not rushing them back from injury. And if Jefferson is on the field on Sunday, that he was 100%. Like I don't think that it'll even be a spot where he plays like a handful of plays. Like he's either all in or he's out. I think that's what it's going to be. But again, the fact that he's listed as questionable instead of doubtful or out, that does raise an eyebrow. I think you legitimately might see Justin Jefferson on Sunday. But your thoughts are thoughts. Final Vikings injury report, JJ only listed as questionable. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Don't support the work. Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.